Hi, everybody. Um, Basically, I want to talk about the fact that, in my opinion, first and foremost, the duty of a Christian is to be Christ-like. Now, there's various opinions on what that means, but in my opinion, I think being Christ-like means that you follow the Gospels. To because the Gospels are where Jesus' teachings are, right? So you kind of apply Jesus' teachings to your own life, you know, thus being what a Christian means. It's somebody who actually acts out Christ's teachings. They learn from his teachings and then they carry that out in their day-to-day lives, right? And so that's essentially what, in my opinion, what it means to be a Christian. Um, Now, unfortunately, there are, I don't know, it just seems like most, I don't know, it seems like a significant portion of Christians, okay, I don't know, it could be half or one quarter, three quarters. I don't know, but it seems like that they betray that particular thing about their faith. They do actions that Christ would not really, I guess, what Christ would be disappointed about um, throughout history, basically since Christianity began. Um, Many Christians have betrayed Christ's teachings by doing things, committing actions that are contrary to his teachings. And I just don't understand it. You know, I am not a Christian myself. Um, I was raised Roman Catholic, but I've kind of decided to not be a Christian anymore. I don't know. It's just me. And I know there's different denominations in Christianity, and perhaps I might find a denomination someday in the future. But right now, no, I'm not a Christian, and that's okay. That's fine with me. I've made my peace with the universe for that decision, and I'm willing to accept the consequences, if any, for it. Just so everybody knows, I'm not a Christian, and okay. um, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to bring that up. Um, there's so many. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things throughout history that Christians have done uh, throughout the world that were very, very, very negative, and indeed even went against some things about the Ten Commandments, and even up to today. Um, Again, it's one of those things that I really don't understand. Um, there was, the Crusades, and throughout Europe and the Middle East, and then in other parts of the world, the Christians kind of run the show, I guess, so to speak, in their respective countries, and they do various different things throughout history, including killings, um, in the name of Christianity. And the funny thing is that a lot of them are very, very unfamiliar with what Jesus' teachings are, I guess. It seems that way. Either that or they just kind of want to uphold those as being virtues but not practice them. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure that out. Um, and so, I don't know. Perhaps it's not really meant to be understood. Um, that's I don't know. I guess that's just really what I have to say about it. I don't really get. I don't understand. I don't understand Christians. Now, that's a very, very broad, diverse group of people, but I do not understand them. I admit it. I don't understand them. So maybe I'm, perhaps I'm talking from a point of ignorance on that. But yeah, I don't understand Christians. I don't. Uh, I never really have, actually. I mean, again, even though I was raised Roman Catholic, I never really understood them. I mean, I don't hate them. I don't hate Christians. But I do everything in my power not to associate with them. Which is difficult, kind of, because I mean, chances are the majority of people where I live, in the part of the world where I live, the majority of them, are Christians, so. But no, I try like not to associate with them. I don't understand them. They're not really a part of my inner day-to-day life. However, I am aware of the fact that that throughout history, Christians in the name of Christianity have done very, very terrible things. Um, and also, they profess something as truth, but know very little about it. You know, for example, I mean, it seems like to be a Christian is to learn Jesus' teachings and then apply them into your day-to-day life. To be Christ-like versus un-Christ-like, right? To be Christ-like means to learn Jesus' teachings that are found in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John of the Holy Bible, and then um, carry out those teachings in your day-to-day life. I mean, that's what being a Christian means. And I don't recall Jesus ever, you know, doing things that most Christians today do. Or at least what I hear about. Um, I know, like for instance, in the United States, I know that it's through them that slavery existed in this country, and and they burn people alive and commit hate crimes and persecute gays and lesbians and are and disagree with the theory of evolution and think that climate change is a myth and etc. um, it just seems like that they're just the last group of people to adapt to discovery. I don't know. It's well, it's tragic. I think. Um, despite all the different, despite all the research about different topics, the Christian will turn around and say that it's still. It's like they use their faith to spread doubt. That's probably a good way to put it. They use their faith to spread doubt in others. They use their faith to give people the impression that if they do not go along with their reasoning, that they will be sent to hell, for example. If you're not a Christian, you go to hell. You know, they say stuff like that. Um, Without even the slightest knowledge of Christianity's history, of the context of Scripture, um, how actually, incidentally, how ambiguous, vague, and contradictory the Holy Bible is. All in all, both the Old and New Testaments. I mean, people really want to know the Bible. Discover the vague and ambiguity of the language and its contradictory statements, please. Um, I don't know. Again, I don't understand Christians. I don't understand their MO on anything. Again, they're a very, very diverse group, but it seems that a good sizable chunk of them do not live out Christ's teachings. So therefore, it betrays the very message of Jesus Christ, in my opinion. Thank you.